I want to do 5 more examples just so you can see some more problems that are maybe a little bit more tricky, but definitely you'll be able to handle them. Feel free to pause this video and copy down this onto your notebook paper, and then once you've got it copied down, restart it and listen to my explanation. So as you can see, this is a right angle, which means it's 90 degrees. And we know that these two are on a straight line, so they add up to 180, they're supplementary. So this must also be a right angle. So this is 90, that's 60, which gives you 150 degrees. And we know that in a triangle, you just learned from the first video, that they add up to 180. So all 3 of these add up to 180. So 180 minus 150 is 30. So angle 1 is 30 degrees. So if this one is 30 and that one's 60, that one's 90, then this other triangle is congruent. It's exactly the same because this one's 30, that one's 90, so this one must be 60 because they all have to add up to 180. All right, we're going to do example 4. Again, you can pause the video and copy it down to your notebook paper, and then restart it when you're ready to see how to work this problem. So I'm first going to find angle 1 because I already have the other 2 in the triangle. So 66 plus 58, 6 plus 8 is 14, 7 plus 5, 12, so that's 124. And we're going to subtract that from 180, so that's 56. So angle 1 is 56 degrees. Well, what do you know about these two? They are vertical, so they are congruent. So this one is also 56 degrees. And we know that in this triangle, they have to add up to 180. So 56 plus 50 is 106. And we're going to subtract that from 180, and that is 74 degrees. So angle 3 is 74 degrees. So you have to use everything you've learned so far. Vertical angles are going to come back in other ways as well. All right, we're going to do example 3 back here. Good place to pause the video and copy it down. All right, so as we've learned already, these arrows mean that these 2 lines are parallel. So these 2 lines are parallel, which means that these 2 angles are alternate interior. Well, alternate interior angles are congruent. So this one is also 60. And these 2 are alternate interior. So this one is also 60. All right, now what you learned from the first video that you watched today is that the one on the outside, the exterior one, is equal to the sum of the 2 remote interiors. So 60 plus 60, if you add those 2, it should give you that one. So that would be 120 degrees. So angle 3 is 120 degrees. All right, number 4. Again, pause the video, copy it down. All right, so let's see what we have going on this one. So I see this triangle right here. We already have 2 that we know, so I'm going to add those together. So 71, and subtract that from 180, gives you 109. So angle 1 is 109 degrees. Well, what do you notice about angles 1 and 3? They make a straight line, so they're supplementary. So they add up to 180. So this one must be 71 degrees to make these 2 add up to 180. And to find angle 2, we're actually going to have to say, okay, well, these two are vertical angles right here. These two that I'm doing in pink are vertical. So this one is 71 degrees. So we're going to add these two up. 80 plus 71, 151. And we're going to subtract that from 180. So 29. So angle 2 is 29 degrees. All right, last one. John lays tile for a living. While trying to create the perfect design for his client, he drew this pattern containing 2 right triangles, that's important, let's underline it, and an isosceles triangle. All right, so let's look in the picture. I see 2 right triangles. Those have already been marked. And an isosceles triangle, well, remember, an isosceles triangle has 2 congruent sides, and I don't see that that has been marked. So let's go ahead and mark that this is an isosceles triangle. All right, we've got to find angle 1, angle 2, angle 3. All right, well, right here is a straight line. So 32 plus, I'm going to call this one x, plus 32. These 3 have to add up to 180. So 32 plus 32 is 64, and then I'm going to subtract that from 180 to find this one. So 180 minus 64 is 116. So this one is 116 degrees. All right, I'm going to call that one y. These have to be the same because it's an isosceles triangle. So straight across from isosceles are the same, right? And some of y'all can already jump ahead and know what they are, and feel free to do that. I'm going to work it out algebraically, but if you already know what it is, that's great. All right, so we know y plus 116 equals 180. This one plus this one plus this one, because remember, in a triangle they all add up to 180. So I'm going to subtract 116, which is 64, and y plus y is 2y, divided by 2, y is 32. So angle 1 is 32 degrees, angle 3 is 32 degrees, and angle 2 is 116 degrees.